Joe is a 2013 drama crime film. It's starring Nicolas Cage and Ty Sheridan. It's directed by David Gordon Green, who's done the movie Pineapple Express, this stoner comedy. They're two incredibly different films. It's amazing how versatile this guy is. He's also done Prince Avalanche, this movie I'd like to see. So yeah, they're the stars. It also has Gary Poulter, who's an unknown sort of guy. He's not actually a professional actor at all. And Ronnie, who is it? Ronnie Jean Blevins, right? He's sort of the bad guy. So Gotham, tell him about the plot.
Well, Joe, who's played by Nicolas Cage, is a foreman for a small tree removal company that uses poison to kill trees and remove the existing weak trees to replace with stronger trees or to expand the existing land. Joe is a really strong character in this movie, which doesn't have enough screen time in my opinion. And he's met by a 15-year-old Gary, who is a drifter, who has an abusive father.
His father is played by Gary. But by Gary
Ronnie
Poulter.
Jean Belvis.
No, his father's played by Gary Poulter.
Yeah, Gary Poulter.
Yeah, and he's this really abusive kind of guy. He's just mean to everyone, not just his son or his family. He's just really mean to everyone.
He's a psychopathic alcoholic.
Yeah, psychopathic alcoholic, and yeah, he's a complete loser.
Aggressive.
Right? Yeah, and Joe, he's played by Nicolas Cage, obviously, and he's a really tough, strong character. He's got a big beard, he's got tattoos, so yeah, he's pretty badass all throughout.
We don't actually know much about Joe's past. All we know is Joe was an ex-convict for 26 months.
Yep.
For assaulting a cop, I believe. I think it was.
Yeah, I forget. He assaults a few cops in the movie, so you know. So yeah, this was a really good movie. It's definitely Nicolas Cage has had a few stink bums in the past. The Wicker Man was freaking awful. It wasn't funny, like laughably bad or anything. It was just so terrible. Don't see The Wicker Man. Vampire's Kiss I haven't seen. He's been in a whole bunch of other terrible movies which I haven't seen. He has been in Adaptation, which was very, very good. I recommend everyone.
Nicolas
see
Cage
Adaptation.
is a good actor, but
Why are you showing a torch
I've been doing that all day. Nicolas Cage is a good actor, but in really specific roles, because he doesn't have a face for comedy.
Yeah, well, maybe, but yeah.
No, he doesn't have a face for comedy. No way.
Okay, no.
No.
But here he is very good. He's this tough guy.
In this movie, he is the perfect fit. He is the manliest motherfucker there is.
Yeah, he sort of mentors Ty Sheridan's character, and Ty Sheridan, he plays this young 15-year-old guy. This kid, this actor is going places. Like I swear,
he was really good in this movie,
and he's been so good in other stuff. The Tree of Life, Mud. I haven't seen that, but I really want it. It's got Matthew McConaughey in it as the main guy. I think Mud is a very similar film to Joe. Actually, there's sort of this older badass mentors this younger kid. So yeah, it was just really good. There's a few antagonists in the movie, you know, like Ty Sheridan's father.
And Willie is the antagonist of this movie. We don't actually know much about Willie's and Joe's past, but we know there's some kind of violent behavior, conflict
going on there.
We know this because pretty early on in this movie, Willie actually shoots Joe in the shoulder, and Joe.
It is a really cool scene. Like Joe, he gets shot in the shoulder. He takes it like a complete man. Like, you know, he just like he barely flinches. He just pulls out his gun. He tries to shoot Willie,
but misses every single shot.
Yeah, well, Willie drives off because he's a coward. But anyway, then we haven't even mentioned we haven't even mentioned Ty Sheridan, Gary, beating Willie up. He beats him to a pulp on the bridge.
Well, Willie shoots Joe, he's actually he cleans the gun and ditches it into a bridge. And Gary actually sees this and asks him for a ride, not knowing that he actually shot Joe. And then Gary
beats the shit out of
Willie
him.
actually insults Gary's mute sister, and Gary gets insulted, so he actually beats Willie up.
Anyway, aside from all this badassery going on in this movie, which there's quite a lot of, there's some pretty brutal scenes actually. Another thing about DVDs, not downloading them, is that you can sort of just look at whatever. You can look at the synopsis, you can look at the recommendations, the awards.
It really helps with the plot because it's really
and you can
hard
also
to understand.
Yeah, it does help with the plot, and you can also see if it's appropriate for younger audiences.
Buy the DVD.
This movie has strong violence and
That's sex scenes, so
sex
don't
scenes.
watch it with your parents.
Well, you can watch it with your parents if you want. I don't really mind watching this stuff with my parents anymore.
There's a naked man butt.
Last time. Okay, in conclusion to Joe, it is a really, really good insight on Nicolas Cage's sort of relationship with Ty Sheridan, and how this Ty Sheridan guy, this young guy,
Gary.
Gary, he wants to be this, he wants to be more than this alcoholic deadbeat father of his, his father.
Psychopathic coward.
Yeah, he's a freak. But yeah, and Nicolas Cage, he's this tough guy, this ex-criminal, he helps him. He's trying to get his life back together too. The relationship between Nicolas Cage and Ty Sheridan is a really good insight to this kid just wanting to be something more than his drunken alcoholic father who's a complete loser. He wants something more than that. He wants to sort of live the American dream, if you will. So yeah, it is just a really good insight to that.
Nicolas Cage realizes that it's too late for him to live the American dream, so he helps Gary become better than his family. He tries to convince Gary to leave his family and become his own man, but Gary thinks it's better for him to live with his family, even though it's a very bad idea because of his abusive father.
Yeah. So overall, if you want a film with Nicolas Cage that's not just silly and terrible and just laughably bad, Joe would be a good place to start. Also, Adaptation. Check out Adaptation.
And Lord of War.
Yeah, Lord of War.
That is the greatest movie I've ever seen.
Yeah, I haven't seen Lord of War. I will probably one day, but Adaptation is very
You're watching it now.
Okay, and Lord of War, we're about to watch that now apparently. And so yeah, but Joe is very good. So yeah.